rock and roll chef, actually. Marc Miron from Cuisine Passion. Did I read this correctly, that you were a personal chef for a few countries for the Rolling Stones?
Yeah, exactly. I cook for them in Montreal, Vancouver, and also Sydney, Australia.
Oh, really? Who's the pickiest eater?
The pickiest eater would be Mick Jagger.
That doesn't surprise me at all. And let me guess, Keith Richards, anything you put in front of him.
Exactly.
All right, so let's talk a little bit more seriously about wine and food pairings, wine and cheese specifically. Some people tend to make some errors. You and I were talking about this just before we came on. Let me just tell you what I would do with a wine and cheese. So I bring out a cheese plate, probably smattered with any old cheese that I could find in my fridge, and then throw probably a really full-bodied heavy wine down, red wine, because I'm a red wine fan.
Yeah.
This isn't ideal, is it?
Yeah, it is not ideal. It's actually first mistake. People tend to think that, okay, red wine cheese goes very well together, which in fact they don't really go well together.
Okay.
Especially the big tanning one.
Okay.
Because the tanning will leave a metallic taste in your mouth.
And that changes because your palate will then have that on it as you eat the cheese.
Exactly.
Am I assuming right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And then, so that's why overall it's better to match them with actually white wine.
Okay.
And with wine and cheese pairing is the same as wine and food pairing. Is what you have to do is you have to actually do a little contrast. If you have something creamy, go something sharp. If you have something sharp, like a cheddar, go something more creamy. So a very old Riesling will go very well with a sharp cheddar, and also a very nice Chardonnay will go very well with a Brie, perhaps.
Excellent. So what do we have on the plate here? We have Brie. I know you mentioned cheddar. What is this cheese?
Goat cheese.
Goat cheese.
And we have also a blue cheese.
It's too bad Kurt's off today. He's such a blue cheese fan.
Is he?
Yes. And there's something that we need to remember as you present the cheese, too. Don't just throw it on there.
Don't throw it on there just like that. Just try to be creative. We have different things that goes very well with cheese. We have a chili jam that we do in the house.
Oh, yes.
And we do also a peach and vanilla jam that goes in the house. Be creative with your crouton. One thing is very important. Try to think ahead and bring your cheese platter out before so it gets to room temperature.
Okay. Especially with things like a softer cheese like Brie, right? Because you don't want it to come out. And
exactly.
You want it to be nice and creamy.
Yeah. And if you're afraid that it's going to dry out, the only thing you can do is very simple, a wet cloth just over it, a damp cloth over it. Not a wet, but damp cloth over it, and it will keep the cheese fantastic. Another thing that is very interesting, that is very unique also, is very traditional in France to actually serve with blue cheese, perhaps serve a nice honey.
Okay.
Well, we have a very unique product here in Canada called ice syrup. Ice syrup is basically the same process of the ice wine they do, except there's no fermentation. So they will reduce it. There's no alcohol.
Excuse me.
So if you think you had blue cheese before, wait to have something like this here.
Okay.
It's going to be just fantastic.
Okay, I'm going to try. I don't like blue cheese, so I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So we'll see if this sweet taste actually helps it a little bit for me, okay?
It should.
What do you think?
And also with your blue cheese, you should go something like a port wine or a Riesling, but definitely not a sharp red wine, tanning red wine.
It does help.
It does help.
Sorry, fighting a cold.
Yeah. So for here, we can actually do the blue cheese with that ice syrup. We can actually do the Brie cheese with a nice sharp chili jam, and we will serve also here our sharp cheddar with a nice peach and vanilla jam.
Love the jams. You're located in Orleans?
Located in Orleans, 2297 Saint Joseph, in between Jeanne d'Arc and Orleans Boulevard. And we offer also, every last of the month, we offer a wine and food pairing. This coming Friday the 27th, we actually have a cheese and wine pairing, which is going to be fantastic because we're going to be matching wine and cheese, and I will be cooking also something to pair with the wine and the cheese.
Fantastic. All right, so coming up, we're going to do goat cheese salad.
Goat cheese salad, yeah.
That's on the way. Sorry to cough through the entire thing. Just battling a little bit of a cold. All right, on the way, Extreme Powerball with Sarah Freemark. I'm going to go cough for about 10 minutes. We'll come back with that.